Hello, my loves, and welcome back. If you're new here, my name is Crystal with a K, and on my channel, we discuss all of the things, including, but not limited to, lifestyle, beauty, fashion, travel, and the culture. For this video, it is a makeup video, kind of a get ready with me / tutorial. I will be going through how I do my makeup and what products I use. This video was picked by my Instagram followers, so shout out to you guys. And follow me on IG. My name there is White Nails and Champagne. I don't want you to miss anything. I do outfit inspiration. We vote on what YouTube video I'm going to make, and we just get into all the spicy millennial topics. So if you're on Instagram, you can follow me there. Here, don't forget to like, subscribe, hit the bell notification so you never miss a video. And without any further rambling, we are going to get into today's video. So I have already done my skincare. I'm going to get right into it, the step-by-step, again, which products I use for my beauty routine, and I'm going to actually apply it and do my makeup. So let's get right into it. The first product I use is always primer. Again, this is right after your skincare. So this is the first product I use when I'm doing my makeup. This is a Milk Hydro Primer. I have been using this for about a year. Love this product. I get this from Sephora, and all of the items will be linked below. Again, this is by Milk Makeup. Really, really, really great primer. It works for, holding your makeup. The purpose of primer is for the longevity of your makeup. So you want to make sure that you just have a great primer that's great for your skin type. Also one that, just has a really good tacky feeling, because that is the purpose of primer. This is what is going to sustain your makeup throughout the day. So you just want to add an even layer throughout your face. Anywhere that the foundation and the makeup is going to go, you want to add a little bit more emphasis to where you might have fine lines. I have laugh lines around my mouth because I'm so funny and I love to laugh. So I want to make sure I get in my laugh lines and then under my eyes really good, the eyebrows, and just go over it again so I don't miss a spot. So again, that is your primer. That's the first step in your makeup routine after your skincare. And once that settles in, we're going to move on to foundation. The foundation that I use is the YSL All Hours. Let's see. There we go. This is also from Sephora. I use it in the shade B80 Chocolate. I love this foundation. Been using it for about 3 years now. I've tried to switch. It doesn't work. This color works really great for my undertone, and it wears very well. I absolutely love it. So we're going to use about a pump and a half because we are doing a full face today. And this is just a foundation brush from Sephora. And I like It Cosmetics brushes, but this brush is also really good. You just want to make sure you have a good applicating brush. Again, I'll have them linked below, but the brush does help with how the foundation lays on the skin. So I always want to make sure you have a good brush. And we're just putting that into the skin there. Again, evenly apply it throughout the face, around the mouth. And whatever you do on the right side, you're going to want to do on the left. So we're just applying that evenly. And we will go over with just another layer to cover up any of the imperfections that we might have. Sides of my face are a little bit darker because of hyperpigmentation. So I am going to show a little bit more love to that side of my face. But again, you just want to evenly apply your foundation. Make sure you don't miss any spots. And again, I am going to go back over these sides of my face where I do have a little bit of hyperpigmentation. And I talked about that in my skincare video, which was my last video. And thank you for all the love you guys showed me on that video. So if you want a beauty routine or skincare routine, that was my last video. So as you can see, we've applied that evenly throughout the face. And I'm just going to get the foundation again and go in with another half of a pump. And with that half a pump, I'm just going to go over the sides here where I'm a little bit darker, and around my mouth where I'm a little bit darker, and blend that on in. And just like your skincare, your makeup goes into your face in a downward motion. And when you take your makeup off, you wipe it upwards. So you always want to make sure you're putting your makeup into your skin, because that is our goal. We want our makeup to be sort of like a second skin. We don't want that cakey buildup. So again, we just go over the sides that might need a little bit more love without missing any spot, making sure we have an even layer throughout the face. And get the chin area and the upper neck. There we go. So that was step 2 in our makeup video. So next is step 3, and for me, I do all of the foundation and concealers first. I know some people like to do the eyebrows first. I do the eyebrows last, so we will get to that. But the next step for me is going to be the concealer. And fair warning, I love a bright concealer. I like my concealer to blind. I really like my under eye to be truly highlighted. So I am going to layer my concealer. I just wanted to warn you guys because, again, I like a very, very bright under eye. So I'm first going to go in with this Becca Aqua Luminous Concealer. This is by Becca. This will also be linked below. So this is kind of a same color concealer, or not really a bright concealer. This one would be, it's just 1 or 2 shades lighter than me. And I go in first under my eye and then just a little bit around my mouth. And then for this concealer, I like to use a beauty blender to blend in my concealer. Some people use a brush. I like the brush for foundation, and then I like the beauty blender for the concealer. And it's just the method that works for me. I have no particular reason actually, but this just works better. I think for precision, the beauty blender works better for the concealer since you are, you know, close to the eye. And then again, anything you do on the right side, you want to do on the left side, so everything is symmetrical. And I first go in with this concealer because most people do tend to be darker under the eyes. I really don't have dark circles. However, my under eye area is a different texture than the rest of my face. So this is acting as like a corrector for under my eye. And then around my mouth is a bit darker. So it's doing the same thing. So this one really isn't highlighting just yet. So that is the first concealer that I use. And again, that is like my same color concealer that acts as a corrector under my eye. So now we're going to go in with my bright concealer. And this one is 4 shades lighter than the foundation that I use. This one is by Fenty Beauty, a fan favorite. And this is the Fenty Pro Filter concealer. It's in shade 390. My foundation shade with Fenty is 430. And yes, this is 4 shades lighter. And that is because I like a bright, blinding under eye. I like it to be bright. And, you know, that's my prerogative. We like it bright. We like a beat face. And that under eye for me really is what makes the difference on the face. When you have a bright under eye, I feel like it just makes your makeup just incredible. I love it so much. So we're going to go in with that same beauty blender. And then with this one, of course, because it is so bright, we're just going to show a little bit more love to the under eye and just really go in and blend it out. And I am doing a full face, so this is a process. If it looks a little crazy now, don't worry. It will all come together. We will blend it. That's another thing that makes your makeup look really good, is how you blend it. And practice makes perfect. I didn't learn any of this overnight. I learned from practicing and, you know, watching YouTube, what worked for me, trial and error. So just practice. You know, we're going to be in the house. So if you want to get better with your makeup skills, just practice, practice, practice. See what works for you. Try out the products that you like, and you will get your desired face. And again, I'm just blending, 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 blending. I go over my eyelids as well because I am going to use eyeshadow. So this is a concealer that I would use there anyway. I'm just kind of getting to that step for the sake of time. And then you start to see it blend in there. How are we looking? Is it looking good? Leave in the comments how you guys apply your makeup, what products you guys use. I have been doing this technique for a while, but I always want to know what works for others. And then we want to go in on the nose and the forehead area, above the brows, just show some love. And I highlight the nose, not to necessarily change the shape of my nose, but I do love that snatched look. I love that, you know, snatched face. So that does help with the nose. So we're just gonna make sure we pat that in there. Right to left, left to right. And again, once we have that desired look, once it's blended, we will move on. So that is the concealer. We use first the Aqua Luminous Perfecting Concealer by Becca, and then we use the Fenty Creamy Pro Filter Concealer, and that was in $3.90. For Fenty, they do say get your foundation color for the concealer as well. So I am a 430. If I wanted the same color concealer with Fenty, I would get it in 430. But again, I like to blind with my under eye, okay? So now we're gonna move on to the next step, which is contour. Now, I use the NYX Can't Stop, Won't Stop contour. It's the creamy contour because I like a creamy, luminous look. And I just actually got this from Ulta. I got it in the Deep Espresso. I usually go for the mocha, but they were out and I needed a new contour. This one is extremely rich. So you are going to want to just apply a very, very small amount of this because a little goes a long way. And it comes with an applicator like that. And we're going to put it along the cheekbones. And you want to follow your earlobe and a very, very small amount of this because it is extremely rich. So that's all I'm going to use on each side. And then you want to contour again right by your earlobes, your forehead, very small amount. And then right here on your chin and your jawline. And then we are going to slightly apply just a little bit by the nose. So it looks like a little, but trust me guys, this is going to go such a long way. And then I grab a different beauty blender because it's a darker color. So another beauty blender, and we're just going to start to go in. And as you can see, it a little does go a long way. And you want to pat this one in downward. You want to pat it in downward. And again, don't worry guys, we are going to blend all of this. It'll make sense once we get towards the end. So you see that? This one is really deep, but I do like it. And I usually use the color Mocha, but I just had to get what they had. And this is Deep Espresso, but it works for my brownies. And we just want to blend that in. And don't be intimidated by this. It does look intimidating because it is so bold, but again, it will all make sense in the end once we blend that in there. So we're going to go on our chin. And this is the part that really just snatches the face. We lost 5 pounds. You see it? Once you do your contour, that's what just really snatches the face. You instantly lose 5 pounds. And it just gets the face all the way together. I love contouring. I love it. Even when I'm doing a natural beat, I do a slight contour. It really just elevates your makeup, in my opinion. And we want to make sure we just get that in there. Blend, blend, blend. And then we're going to go on the forehead. And you want to make sure you get the forehead really well. And those are the 3 areas. You do the forehead, you do the chin, and then you do right along the cheekbone. And you just follow your earlobes. You can go by where your ears are pierced if you have pierced ears. And that's kind of a guide that I use. And I'm going to go over everything just one more time before we blend it in with our highlight or lighter concealer. All right, so I'm going to come back to the Beauty Blender, but for my nose, because I do need it to be a little bit more precise, I go in with a contour brush, and this is from IT Cosmetics. Let's see. This is the number 103 from IT Cosmetics. And I got this one because I love IT Cosmetics brushes. Those are my favorite brushes. I get them from Ulta. But for this particular brush, it's going to help me do my nose and be extremely precise. So that is why I'm not using the Beauty Blender for my nose. I'm using this one. So you just want to go in and, you know, follow the sides of your nose and just blend that in from the top of your eyebrow downward. Blend, blend, blend. And what you do on the left, you want to do on the right. And this is just the contour of the nose. Once we get a desired blend, let's see there. Are we happy with it? Is the nose sitting? Is she sitting? This is always the part that I find people find most intimidating, but the one thing that's good about the contour and the highlight is you can always go back and just blend it out if you don't like it. So you don't have to wipe your whole face off. So just follow that right there, just like that, up and down motion. And once we have the, again, desired look that we want, I go back and I take the original blending brush when we did our light contour, and I just go down the middle with it because this helps blend it so there's no harsh lines. So everywhere we had our light contour and the dark, the light highlight and the contour met, we're just gonna go over it down the middle so it's not any harsh lines. You see right there where the contour and the lighter concealer met, we're just gonna meet them so it kind of blends and is symmetrical. I told you it would start making sense. Okay, then we're gonna do the same thing on this side. Just go over it. No harsh lines. Make sure the right and the left are symmetrical. And the forehead. Awesome. So our next step for me is going to be eyeshadow, because I am going to bake, but I don't like to bake for too long because it makes me look gray or ashy, and we don't want that. So I am going to bake, but I do my eyeshadow first so my baking isn't sitting too long. So next we're going to do my eyeshadow. And I am an eyeshadow girl, so I use several different palettes. For this particular video, we are going to use the Jackie Aina palette by Anastasia Beverly Hills. This was a collaboration that Jackie Aina did with Anastasia Beverly Hills. Absolutely love this palette. Again, it will be linked below. I got this from the website from Anastasia Beverly Hills, and I do believe they're on sale right now. I think her palette is 30% off, and that is the palette. So a variety of colors. It comes with a brush. Great deal, great value. And I'm first going to go in with Credit. That's Credit. You can see I really use this palette. So we're going to go in with Credit. And I use Credit as kind of a base, and I go in with a larger side of the brush. So I use Credit as a base. I want to say that's why she called it Credit, because it's like a necessity. And it just goes with pretty much every color in the palette. It's great for a base. It's like a burgundy, deep wine color. And I just go over the bottom of my eyelid, back and forth motions. I evenly distribute it throughout the eye. And then again, I'm going to do that to my other eye in the same way. I really want to make sure I have an even application. And I want to match the left and right eye as much as I can. This is such a great palette. I literally haven't used anything else since I got this one, and I have like 7 palettes, so it shows you how much I like it. All right, now I am gonna go in with Edges. I love these names. Jackie is hilarious. So this is Edges. It's a deep orange color right there. We're gonna go in with Edges next, using the same brush and just pat it off. I'm gonna go the bottom of my eyelid and I'm just gonna blend that in. We're going for a full glam look today, but I don't want my eyes to be too crazy, so very subtle yet effective look is what we're going for. So we're just gonna blend that in to credit the bottom of the eyelid. And again, practice makes perfect. Do not let eyeshadow intimidate you. I used to always see people saying that brown girls or dark girls shouldn't wear eyeshadow. Just the things that they used to tell us. And I just feel like it looks so good on our skin. So don't be intimidated by eyeshadow and color. Just see what works for you. Play with it. If you like makeup, get into it. Okay? Because she was made for us. I feel like Jackie made this for us. She is a fellow brown girl and she just does the damn thing. We love her. All right. So now that we've got our edges and our credit, I am going to go in with a little sparkle. So let's see. Let's see. She has one here called Zala's. So that is right there, Zala's. It's a gold color. We're going to go in with that, and we're just going to put that right here, with the other side of the brush. She has a flatter side. So we're going to go in with the gold right there in the corner. And we're going to do it on the other side so we can match. Just to give us a little sparkle, a little pizzazz. And I just apply it evenly. I want that, just that corner of the eye to be emphasized. And then what I do once I have applied it evenly, I go back with the thicker side and I just kind of blend it in. So it's like a seamless fading of the bolder colors with the glitter. So it's not too, in your face. Because even though it's a full beat, we don't want it to look cakey or like we're going to a costume party. All right. So that is our eyeshadow. So now that we have our eyeshadow on, I am going to go bake so we can do our eyebrows. So I'm going to baking. I also use a product from Anastasia Beverly Hills. This is the setting powder, and I get it in the color Deep Peach. If you guys can see that. So Deep Peach is a orangey kind of peachy setting powder. Absolutely love this setting powder. I also do use the Laura Mercier, but for this particular setting powder, I just like it because I do have more of an orange goldy undertone. So this one works wonders. And the brush that I use is the Kat Von D setting powder brush. This is my absolute favorite brush in my entire collection. I got this on sale from Sephora earlier this year. It's the Kat Von D number 25. It is just amazing for setting powder. I didn't know I needed it. I just got it because it was on sale. And I read the reviews and all 5 stars. Absolutely love it. Highly recommend it for your setting powder. So you just want to grab some and tap it off. Have a good amount. And, tap it off. Once you have a good amount, just go right under the eyelid and just pat it in. Everywhere that you put your liquid, you're going to want to put your powder. So pro tip, wherever you put liquid, you put powder. And we're just going to do the same thing on this side. go under the nose there. We're going to get a little bit more, tap it off, go on our nose, on our forehead, and then we're going to go on the chin and the jawline. I know this looks a little crazy, but I promise it will come together. All right. So that is everywhere that we put our setting powder. So now that we have our setting powder on, we are going to go in with eyebrows. So I use a few different products for my eyebrows. This one is just a Sephora pencil. I got this in the ebony, and it is the one that comes with both sides. So it has the brush and it has the pencil portion of it. I also love the Anastasia Brow Dip, the Brow Wiz. That is probably my favorite brow product. And whenever I'm doing a full face and I'm going out, I do use that one for longevity. But for this one, we're just going to use this pencil. Also my go-to. And I do love the Spiked from MAC. That's like my OG pencil. When we go in with our eyebrows, we first want to brush them up. And I like a full bushy brow. I have pretty full eyebrows. So I just want to emphasize the brows that I already have. And with your eyebrows, you always want to remember they are not twins. So they're never going to look exactly the same. We always want to get them as symmetrical as possible, but they are sisters. They are not twins. So we're going to do our best. But I start at the bottom and we just follow the arch of our brow and the shape. And we go in like that, just again following the shape of your eyebrow. And you always want the tip to meet the end of your eye like that. And then we're going to go in with hair-like strokes following, again, your actual eyebrows. So we do that. We do hair-like strokes because we like that bushy, natural look. And then slightly go over the top. Same thing like you did on the bottom, following the shape of your brow. And then once I've done that, I brush over it again just to make sure everything is even and I didn't miss any spots. And then I go back in and I fill in any spots that I may have missed. So once I have, again, my desired brow, I go and do the same thing on the other side. And I always feel like the eyebrow I work the least hardest on always looks the best. It's so weird. And I will say eyebrows take the most practice, and you just want to, keep going at it, keep trying, because again, they are sisters, not twins. So it's very hard to get them to look exactly alike, but you just want to get as close as possible. Because brows make the whole face. I'm happy with them. So next up, we are going to go in and clean up our brows with concealer. And I go back in with my same Becca Flesh Tone concealer. And I just take the applicator and I just wipe it off. And I go at the bottom of my brows. So I again follow that line. And I just slightly just go in to clean it up. And I do that on both sides. And once we've done that, I go in with an angle brush, and with the angle brush, I just even it out and clean it up. Now, some people go in with the concealer both on the top and the bottom. I usually don't go in on the top only because I like that more natural look of the brows. I don't want the overdone looking brows because that can just look like you're doing too much. So I just blend in the bottom and I try to clean them up. Any imperfections, I do that on both sides. And what I do for the top, I take the excess that might be left over that's already on the brush. And I just kind of clean up the top a little bit, but I don't usually do the top and the bottom with the concealer because, again, that can look overdone, and we're not going for that look. So once we have that done, I don't add any more product, but I just slightly go over the top of the brows just to clean it up a little bit. And that gives me the look that I'm usually going for. Again, I don't want it overdone. I don't want that effect. I just want it to look natural. So we just clean it up. Yeah. So I take the brush again and I just brush them through one more time. And I do use eyebrow gel sometimes, but we're not using it today. So now we're going to go in and we're going to take our setting powder off. So we just go in with that same Kat Von D brush that we used to apply it. And we just wipe it off. Make sure you touch everywhere where you added setting powder. And don't worry, I know I look a little yellow. It's coming together. And get that on the forehead, on the nose, show a little love. All right, so we've baked. Yes, we look good. Next, again, like I said, everywhere that we put liquid, we're gonna wanna put powder. So for the contour area, we are gonna go and I use a blotting powder. So this one is going to go where we had the darker concealer. And I use a blotting powder from Revolution Beauty. And can we see that there? Okay. And I use this one in the deep dark color, and this is the bake and blot powder. Again, it will be linked below. I go in and I just blot all of the areas where I put the darker contour, and I'm just going in with a angle brush. It's like a foundation brush, but it's just cut at an angle. And then we want to make sure we just go over the contoured areas with it. And this is going to ensure that we don't get oily, and this just covers up all those areas that we, again, the areas we contoured in. And then we're going to do our forehead. And we're going to go along the sides of our noses because we did contour there as well. So just slightly get the sides of the nose. And now everywhere that has had liquid also has had powder. We're almost there. We're almost done. All right. So next up, we're going to go in with our blush and kind of our bronzer. I am using the Juvia's Place palette. I talked about this in my first video from my Black Friday haul. And this is the Saharan Blush Volume 2 palette. So with this palette, we're going to use it kind of as like a brush bronzer today. I'm going to go in with, let's see. I'm going to go in with B today. So I'm going to use this color right here, which is B. And it's like a plumish, pinkish color. And I'm using that same brush that I blotted with. So just a couple taps on our brush and make sure, you know, you get a good generous amount up there. And right here on the cheek line, we're going to go in. That's just going to add some color to our cheeks. And we're going to do it to the other side. I want to make sure we get that on our cheeks so we have that look, just that glow, that sun-kissed cheek look. Awesome. So now that we have our blush on, all right, now we're going to go on to our lips. And I have a combo here of MAC. So we use our MAC Night Moth pencil And then I'm going to go in with Impulsive for my lipstick. I love nudes, so I love nude lipsticks. So I just like to keep it neutral. I don't really switch up from the nudes or the pinks or the glosses. I'll do a red lip every now and again, but I really do like to keep it pretty neutral with our lips. So first I'm going to go in with my Night Moth liner. And Night Moth pretty much goes with just about everything. I think I want to say 10 years I've been using Night Moth because they discontinued Current. But Night Moth is a good alternative. And we want to make sure we line the bottom of our lips. Go in on our Cupid's bow to emphasize that this is your Cupid's bow. All right, and then once we have our lips lined, we want to go in with our lipstick. Again, this is a Powder Kiss from MAC. It's Impulsive. I love this color. It was suggested by a friend. Absolutely love it. It's such a great color for brownies, for anyone, but I speak for the brownies, and I definitely recommend it. And make sure you apply a good amount to the top and the bottom. All right. And then once we have our lipstick and our liner on, I do like to add a gloss over it sometimes just for that extra pizzazz. So I am going to go in with a NYX gloss, also from Ulta. This is in the color Madeline. So, oh, I love that name. I'm just going to lightly go over it with a gloss. Just to give it that little bit of shine. All right. So now that we have our lips on, we are almost done. We are going to apply our lashes. This is like my favorite part. I love lashes. Again, they change your entire face. So today we are using some lashes from Sephora. These are in Daring. I love lashes. I get them from everywhere. My absolute favorite lashes are by Lily Lashes, the Miami and the Big Day. Sephora has great lashes as well. So we are going to apply these on. First, we're going to get our adhesive. I like lash glue that is white. So I am using a lash glue. This is a super strong hold eyelash adhesive. And we're going to want to apply the lash glue evenly all over the top of the lash. And then we're going to set that down and we're going to do our other one. And before you put your lashes on, you are going to want to put on some mascara. So I am using the Milk Makeup Mascara. You just want to apply a small amount of mascara both to the top and the bottom lashes. And I do this while my lash glue is getting tacky. And I also do it to the bottom there. And to the other side. All right, now that we have on our mascara, we're gonna start with the applying of our lashes. You just wanna remember when you are applying lashes that it will take some time. You just wanna be extremely careful because it is your eye. And practice makes perfect with this, especially because you're not gonna learn it in a day, but the more you practice, the better you will get at it. So I'm just gonna close my eye and set them on top of my lash line. And some people do use the tweezers. If I have on false nails, I do use the tweezers, but because I have my natural nails now, I don't need them. All right. And that is another reason we wait for it to get tacky, so it can just sit down and it doesn't lift up. So once you have them on, just go through the full lash again and make sure they're nice and sturdy. All right, so we have that first lash on. It's nice and sturdy. We're gonna grab our second lash. That should be nice and tacky now. All right, so we're gonna put it on the other lash. Same thing on the other side. Just apply it above that lash line and set it down. And if you guys have any tricks on lashes or how you guys apply them, put them in the comments. Let me know what you guys do, because this is by far the trickiest part, in my opinion, only because the lashes can get really finicky. All right, so once that second lash is on, you just want to give them a second to dry. All right, so now that we have our lashes on, how are we looking? Are we looking good? Okay, we are just about done. Lashes on and that's dry. I go in with my setting spray. So I like a dewy finish, so I use Dewy Set by Anastasia Beverly Hills. Can we see that there? This again will be linked below. This gives you a great luminous finish, just very flawless. And I shake my bottle a few times and I spray evenly throughout my face. I'm going to give myself about 5 or 6 sprays. So let's go ahead and do that now. All right. And once we have our setting spray on, we let that dry down, and then we get to our final step of our full face, which is the highlighter. And now that our setting spray has dried down, we are gonna go in with our highlighter. This one is by MAC. It is a skin finish, and it was a part of their holiday collection a couple of years ago. This is the Snow Flushed Extra Dimension Skin Finish. MAC has great highlighters. Fenty Beauty has great highlighters. Trophy Wife by Fenty Beauty is one of my favorites. I love Becca's Champagne Pop. Anastasia Beverly Hills has the famous Glow Kit, which is a quad with 4 different highlighters in there. So just pick one that works for your skin color. I do not discriminate when it comes to highlighters. I have everything from orange highlighters, pink, gold. The Trophy Wife is extremely gold. So just whatever you're feeling. Today we are going to use this one with the pink finish. You see it there. Such a beautiful, flawless finish. And we go in, you know, right there. Wow, look at that. We go in on the sides of our cheeks. And you just want to use a small brush. I don't use the fan brush, just a small brush, or a bigger eyeshadow brush is also fine, but just anything that can apply it seamlessly on the face. And then I do go in on the button of my nose just slightly, just to give it a little sparkle. And then I do a little on the chin, again, just to have that sparkly effect. And I slightly brush over where I highlighted, and you can do a little above the brow. All right. And once we have our highlighter on, that's it. That is our final step of our full face. See, how are we looking? Do we love it? Is it flawless? Wow, we made it, guys. We've made it to the end of another one of my videos. Thank you so much if you made it this far. I really hope this video helps you feel more comfortable and more confident applying your makeup. Don't forget to follow me on Instagram. Again, we do outfit inspiration. We go over what my next video is going to be. And of course, don't forget to like, subscribe, hit the bell notification so you never miss a video. Tell me what you thought about this video in the comments. Tell me what makeup routine you do, what works for you, any products that you might love. And I will see you guys on my next one. Thank you so much. Bye.